bicycle. So it was late evening. Maharaj was like he was delivering parcels like a courier person. He was doing some kind of job like that. So he was supposed to be delivering something, and then he went to that place, and it is ISKCON temple. So he knocked the door, and it was late evening. So they took the parcel, and then Maharaj has to travel back like 20 kilometers to his hometown. So they told him, why you have to go back in this cold weather, and it is very long distance already. It is very late night. So why don't you come and stay here, and then morning you can go. Maharaj said, okay, I can stay here. So Maharaj went inside that place and he stayed there. So nighttime they fed him with full halwa. Nighttime they made some nice feast and halwa was there. So during that time, feast means halwa, puri, paneer sabji and sweet rice. And devotees they eat full till neck. So Maharaj first time he ate that halwa, and it was transcendental bliss. So Maharaj went to sleep. And then in the early morning, like 4 o'clock, it was somebody was waking him up. Hey, get up, get up, get up, get up. So Maharaj just woke up and he saw the time. It is like 4 o'clock. What you people are doing at 4 o'clock? Who wakes up at 4 o'clock in this London? Especially during this cold season, who wakes up at 4 o'clock? Only crazy people, they wake up. So what are you doing? So they pushed Maharaj, they took Maharaj and they threw him in the shower, cold shower. So it was unbearable for him. He never take bath in cold shower. So he has to take bath in cold shower. And then they gave him some kind of robe, so like kind of dhoti, and he wore. And then they put him in the temple hall. And then when he came to the temple hall, he was more surprised. Like 4:30 he came, and so many devotees with nicely shaved head, with tilak and jumping up and down on the sky and chanting Hare Krishna mantra. So Maharaj decided these people either must be crazy or must be sincere. Otherwise, in this England, in the morning at 4 o'clock, taking bath in cold shower and jumping on the bare ground and singing something means they should they should feel some transcendental bliss. Otherwise, they cannot do this in this UK, in this cold weather. So Maharaj decided these people must be sincere and they have something to offer to me in the spiritual knowledge. So Maharaj decided, on the same day he just stayed back. He never went back. He stayed in the temple and then he joined full time. So like that, Maharaj joined and then he started doing his service. So his name was Ilapati Dasa. In the Brahmachara ashram, his name was Ilapati Dasa. So Maharaj was continuously doing book distribution year after year. He met Prabhupada hardly 2 or 3 times during Diksha, and one time in Vrindavan during some darshan, common darshan. Otherwise, Guru Maharaj doesn't have direct relationship or any kind of conversation with Prabhupada, but he observed the mood of Srila Prabhupada. That is very important. The meeting is not very important. The Vapu is not very important. The physical connection is not very important, but Vani is very important. The instruction, what he has given, the mood and mission of Srila Prabhupada, he has understood. Now he is carrying on with this mission. So this is how he met with Srila Prabhupada, and he started his Brahmacharya ashram. And then in 1989, he took his sannyasa ashrama, and he was awarded as Bhakti Vikas Swami by His Holiness Jayapatak Maharaj. And then after taking sannyasa diksha, he started traveling very extensively. He was in Thailand for many years, Indonesia, and then Malaysia, Singapore, and then Bangladesh. Mainly in Bangladesh, he was there for many, many years. And one special thing about Malaysia is that Maharaj gave first initiation in Malaysia. His first disciple is from Malaysia. His name is Lakshman Das. Even now he stays in Vrindavan. Maybe you may know him. He stays behind this Mayapur Vrindavan MVT. Behind this MVT, he has a house, and he was the main person who was doing this deity dress manufacturing all over the world. He was supplying. So he was very good devotee. He still stays there, Lakshman Prabhu. So he was from Malaysia, and Maharaj initiated the first devotee in Malaysia. So that is very special connection with Malaysia that I wanted to mention also. So Maharaj started like that, and then his main goal was distributing books extensively. He used to be on the street and distribute hundreds of books every day personally. And then he was a temple president for many years also in Indonesia, in many other places. So Maharaj used to tell that even though he was in temple, he was managing temple, but in the afternoon time, 2 hours he gives for reading. So he goes inside a room, locks the room, and then opens the book and reads for 2 hours. Whatever may be the situation, whatever may be the problem, whatever may be the meeting, everything can wait. So for 2 hours, he just sits and reads extensively and deeply. So this how his sadhana was very strict. Even now, Maharaj never misses a Mangalarati, never misses a Mangalarati. When Maharaj was preaching in Bangladesh, Maharaj used to tell. So I got an opportunity to serve Maharaj personally. I was Maharaj's personal servant for 6 months. So I was serving Maharaj personally. So taking care of his prasadam and clothing and traveling, things like that. So when you are close with Maharaj, Maharaj reveals many internal pastimes, and he used to speak about his olden days, good olden days. So Maharaj used to say when he was preaching in Bangladesh, there was absolutely no help, no place to sleep, nothing to eat, no helpers. He was just traveling alone as a brahmachari. And wherever he finds a place, in some ashrama, in some mutt, in some house, in wherever there is a place, he used to sleep, and then morning takes bath, and then does Mangalarti alone, and then continues with his preaching. So Maharaj used to tell he was affected by malaria, and then he was counting. It was like 40 times he counted. He got malaria 40 times, and after that he stopped counting because it was unlimited. Just simply, it was unlimited times. Maharaj said it was intolerable. Malaria means we know how body will get weak. Your digestive system goes down, and then your body gets so weak you cannot do anything. But still, Maharaj was pushing alone in Bangladesh. So this was his preaching in Bangladesh. So, and then he was not just surviving there, but he was doing so much service there. He was practically doing everything, and he learned Bengali also by himself while staying in Bangladesh, and he was researching on Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur. So as the result of that research, now you can see Maharaj has published a book on Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur. So it's a 25 years research work. Nobody has published a book like that on Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur. He made so much research. He met so many devotees, senior devotees, disciples of Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur. He made notes, and then he traveled extensively in Bangladesh, in West Bengal, everywhere. And then he brought out this Bhakti Siddhanta Vaibhav, that book. It's very famous. And then he made that book in such a way, it's so scholarly book that you needed special dictionary to understand that book. So that is Maharaj's scholarship. But for us, as a simple people, he speaks very simple English. Otherwise, he's from English background, and especially he has very good knowledge also. So he can give very beautiful English, a very high class English lectures also, and his writings are also in very high class. So like that, Maharaj was traveling and doing preaching in Bangladesh, and then slowly came to India, and then he was in Baroda for many years, and then in Gujarat he was preaching for many years also. And then Maharaj was visiting to Tamil Nadu in many places. He came to Madurai also. So in Madurai, first he was staying in Balaram Govinda Prabhu's house, where he's our temple president, ISKCON Tirupalli. So in the beginning, there was no temple here. So when Maharaj came, our Guru Maharaj was staying in Balaram Govinda Prabhu's house. So that time Balaram Govinda Prabhu was not initiated. He was just practicing devotee. And then Maharaj was the first one to stay at his house. And then Maharaj was giving Bhagavatam class at his house in the upstairs. So Balram Prabhu, basically he was a businessman. So morning time he wakes up and then drinks coffee and then reading newspaper. He just started chanting that time. So Maharaj told, okay, come for Bhagavatam class. So they didn't know what is Bhagavatam class. So Maharaj said, okay, come, you will understand. So he invited Balram Govinda Prabhu, and Balram Govinda Prabhu came with his family, and then he was giving Bhagavatam class for 4 or 5 devotees there. He brought some Western devotees also, his disciples, Maharaj disciples. They were also traveling with Maharaj. And in this way, he started speaking on Bhagavatam for 7-10 days. He was staying at Balram Govinda Prabhu's house. And then he said, don't drink coffee in the morning and don't read newspapers. In the morning, read Bhagavatam. This is the first instruction that he gave to Balram Govinda Prabhu. And Balram Prabhu, even now, he still remembers. From that day onwards, he just stopped tea, coffee. Before that, he tried to stop. He couldn't stop. But as soon as he heard the instruction from Guru Maharaj, he immediately stopped. That is the power. When we talk so many times, people don't change. But when pure devotees, when they talk, immediate effect happens because of their purity. So when he said, then immediately he stopped and then he started reading Bhagavatam. So in this way, our Guru Maharaj was the first preaching devotee or sannyasi in Madurai also, that we can say. So that time I was not in Madurai. We are from Salem. So Maharaj, he came to Salem also many times. And then in the year of 2002, when we went first time to ISKCON Salem temple, Maharaj came that time. So we didn't know anything about who is Maharaj, what sannyasi, whatever. So we were like small kids that time, and we were going to temple and we were jumping in the kirtan. So Maharaj saw all three of us. We are three brothers, and then whenever there is a kirtan, we go mad. We were jumping and crying and shouting and dancing nicely. So when kirtan was over, Maharaj used to give prasadam for all the devotees. Maharaj was giving, and then he saw all three of us. He was saying, who are these three nice looking sadhus? So Maharaj, that was the first introduction with Maharaj. That is the first word Maharaj told to us. So we didn't know what he's talking also, because he speaks his English is very unique, and then we are from India, from Tamil Nadu, so we are not much aware of English also. So after that, devotees, they were explaining us. Maharaj was praising and was glorifying, and he was appreciating you like that. So we were small boys. We didn't know anything. We were just jumping in the kirtan and dancing nicely. Maharaj appreciated that very much. So that was our first meeting with Maharaj. And after that, second time Maharaj came. So when Maharaj came, devotees, we were small kids. They were playing with us. So one Russian devotee, he was saying, go and ask Maharaj Diksha, go and ask for Diksha. So we didn't have any idea what is Diksha means. So they were pushing us, go and ask for Diksha. So Maharaj was walking with my temple president and other senior devotees. He was walking by, I was behind. And then from behind, I started shouting, Maharaj, Maharaj. Maharaj just turned back. All the devotees, they turned back. Maharaj is going with all the senior devotees, and then we just suddenly call, and then Maharaj turned back. Then I asked, Maharaj, give me Diksha. We didn't know anything what is Diksha means. So Maharaj said, come and meet me in the room. Like that he said, and he walked away. And then my temple president, he was saying, you should not ask Maharaj like this for Diksha. You should wait, you should consult. You should get permission from the temple person, then only you can ask, something like that. Then I didn't go to meet Maharaj in the room. We were afraid. Then we stayed back. Then Maharaj came many times to temple, and he was watching us, how we were doing service. Once we were having Hiranyakashipu drama during Narasimha Chaturdasi. So during the drama, I was Hiranyakashipu. I was playing the role of Hiranyakashipu. So after the drama was over, then fast, we have to break the fast. So Maharaj class will be there. So after the drama, Maharaj class will start. So before the class, drama got over, and then we all ran away for prasadam to temple. We want to take prasadam. So Maharaj, after the drama, before class, he was asking, where is Hiranyakashipu? Call Hiranyakashipu. So all the devotees said, Maharaj, Hiranyakashipu is taking prasadam. So Maharaj was making fun. Okay, our Hiranyakashipu is taking prasadam. That's nice. So Maharaj used to come to see us in the temple hall. Maharaj used to stay down, and temple hall is in the upstairs. So whenever Maharaj comes, morning, afternoon, evening, whenever Maharaj comes to temple hall, we will be taking prasadam. Morning prasadam, afternoon prasadam, evening prasadam. So Maharaj used to say, oh, whenever I come, you are just taking prasadam. What is happening? We are speechless. What to do, what to say? Then Maharaj said, yes, yes, good, good. Eat till neck and walk like duck. Like that he said, and then he went away. So Maharaj was very appreciating, and he was encouraging us, the small boys. And then slowly, after some time, even though we are not mature, but still, out of costless mercy, devotees, they arranged diksha for us. So Maharaj gave special, only for 3 of us, diksha was arranged for our 3 brothers in Salem during that small temple hall opening. So Maharaj came, and then only for 3 of us, diksha ceremony was arranged. This was the first diksha ceremony in the temple in Salem. So in the new temple. So it was like Tamil New Year Day. And then during Diksha time, Maharaj called one by one. So we had a different name by our temple president. We are called Eka Dvita Trita, 1, 2, 3. It's called Eka Dvita Trita. So I am 1, brothers are 2, 3. So Maharaj was calling different name. Maharaj was calling us, okay, this Eka, his name is Vijay Raghavan. And I have a devotee whose name is Vijay Raghavan. Now I'm going to change his name a little bit, and his name will be Vamshidhari Das. Like that, he said, we're very happy and bliss. Oh, very nice name, Vamshidhari Das. Who gets such a kind of names? So my brother, his name is Vinod, and then he gets a name called Radha Vinod Das. And one more brother, his name is Venkatesh. He gets a name called Vaikuntanatha Das. So all 3 got initiated on the same day. And Maharaj asked us, okay, do Kirtan. So I was singing Kirtan, very fiery Kirtan. So after Kirtan, Maharaj appreciated. He said, during Diksha day, you had a very, very blissful Kirtan. So your spiritual life will be very nice. This is my blessings, like that Maharaj said. So we're very happy again. When Maharaj personally appreciated like that, we were very happy. So this was from Maharaj side. All this time, Maharaj was giving us mercy. Maharaj was just giving us mercy, one after another, more after more, But what we were doing, nothing. Then slowly we started joining temple in 2007. As soon as we got initiated, we joined the temple in 2007. That is when we got initiated also, and we joined. So after joining, we are doing book distribution extensively in the colleges. So Maharaj, whenever Maharaj comes, he used to appreciate us, and he used to get the scores. And Maharaj was saying, Les, now we are distributing more on books. Now I am also writing many books. You can distribute my books also, like that, Maharaj said. So in this way, we are having very beautiful, very blissful conversations. But we should see Maharaj's other side also. When he really starts accepting you as a disciple, if he has taken, if he sees your sincerity, that you are sincere, you are willing to advance yourself in spiritual knowledge, then actually Maharaj starts giving you instruction. What happened once, I did small mistake that without informing to temple, I just went to some house program. It was house program. Without informing, I just went to a house program. So Maharaj called me and he said, okay, this is Brahmachara Ashram and you should have discipline. So before going to any program, you should inform. You didn't inform, so now you will get punishment. The punishment is your most pleasing service, the service which you like the most, that is Kirtan. You should not sing Kirtan in temple hall for one month. You should not lead Kirtan. I can sing, but I cannot lead Kirtan. That was my punishment. So it was unbearable. You can even fast for 1 or 2, 3 days, but without Kirtan it was very difficult for me, because every day I want to do Kirtan. That was our main service. So Maharaj gave this kind of punishment just to make sure whether we are humble or not. And once we are doing many books distribution, and Maharaj just suddenly called and he said, okay, from tomorrow you can start rolling chapatis and cook in the kitchen. So we were shocked. Why Maharaj is saying like that? We were distributing books, we were traveling and distributing hundreds of books, Bhagavad Gita every day. So when we are doing nice book distribution, why we have to change the service? Why we have to go and cook? Then without asking question, I was started cooking. Then I can understand. Actually, the service means it should not increase our ahankar, that I am doing, I am the great, I am distributing so many books. Maharaj could notice this somehow or other. He could notice this pride. So he just immediately removed from the service and he put us in the service where we get humbled actually. So service means not just activities. Service means we should develop this consciousness of service attitude. This humbleness we should develop by means of service. So service should not develop our ego. Service should not fuel our pride. If the service is increasing our ego, then it is not service. It is just your ahankara. It is just again material activity only in the name of spiritual life. So Maharaj, he could see and he could understand, and for my welfare, for my benefit, he just changed the service. So you should be ready to accept that. If somebody misunderstands why Maharaj is doing like this, I'm doing very nice service, why he has to put me in kitchen, then immediately we fall down. So Maharaj actually, he guides us. He guides us for our spiritual advancement. So this I have seen with Guru Maharaj also. And then I wanted to study Sanskrit. So I expressed this desire that Maharaj, I wanted to study Sanskrit. So Maharaj was saying, okay, we'll see. So after 2-3 years, then Maharaj, one day he called me and he said, now you go to Govardhan for studying Sanskrit. So that was the instruction. Maharaj never allows anyone to go and stay in Vrindavan more than 3 days. If you are going to stay more than 3 days, then Maharaj will say you are in Maya. Just go out and preach. Vrindavan means only 3 days. Mayapur means only 3 days. If you stay more than 3 days, then you will start offending the place. Then you will start to relax. Then you will think this is like another place only, like common place, and then you will commit so much aparadha. So only you should stay only 3 days. Maharaj, he doesn't encourage us for Vrindavan Parikrama and Govardhan, this Mayapur Parikrama, 1 month, 15 days. No, you just come, take inspiration, take darshan, hear nicely, and empower yourself, recharge your battery, go out and preach. When you are old, then you can come and do parikrama and other things. But when you are young, you should go out and preach and use your energy for serving Krishna. This is Maharaj mood. And this is what Maharaj is also doing. He never goes around and just visiting temple and going for this darshan, that darshan. No. Wherever there is a service, wherever there is a preaching opportunity, then he goes to the temple. Otherwise, just to visit, just to give darshan, just to get darshan, he doesn't travel. Because that is Prabhupada's mood. Prabhupada never traveled to any place just to get darshan. He travels only when there is opportunity to preach. If there is no opportunity for preaching, he doesn't travel. When there is an opportunity to preach, he can travel anywhere extensively. That was Guru Maharaj's mood also. So Maharaj told, okay, you go and study in Govardhan. So 3 years. So with Maharaj's mercy, with Maharaj's permission, I could go and stay there. Otherwise, staying in Vrindavan, it is impossible for us. We get so much disease and problems with body. But with Maharaj's permission, I could stay there and study nicely. Whatever is possible for me, I stayed and studied. So in this way, Maharaj sees each and every devotee's desire. And then he encourages for studies. So before studying, Maharaj was preparing me. So what he did, he said, okay, now it's time for you. You come and serve me. So before going to Govardhan, Maharaj called me for personal service. So I was serving Maharaj personally. I was traveling with Maharaj to in Gujarat area, in Maharashtra, in Andhra Pradesh. So many areas I was traveling with Maharaj. So when I was traveling with Guru Maharaj, I could see how simple he was. So simple. He's a very prominent sannyasi in ISKCON, and he has many disciples. but still his living was so simple. His dresses were so simple. He never ever I have seen ironing the dresses. He just wears, nice cloth, and then you wash and then you dry it and then wears like that. Never even irons the cloth. And then his traveling bag and then his things, like old only. He changes, not very occasionally. He changes like 5 years when it is completely torn and useless. Then he changes. Otherwise, he just keeps on traveling with that. And then his traveling schedule is very hectic. He just travels and gives classes and then inspires devotees. Whatever the situation, he never misses Mangalarti. Uh, in Mayapur, sometimes when he was so sick, when he could not even walk, he used to walk like this in four legs. Like when the small child, they used to walk now with four legs. Like that, he used to walk all the way from Brahmachara Ashram to Temple Hall to attend Mangalarti. And when I was serving Maharaj in Surat, Maharaj had an operation, Hiranya operation. So during that operation, Maharaj cannot walk. He used to sit on the wheelchair, but still sitting on the wheelchair, he wants to go to temple, and then every day I have to take him to the Mangalarti. So every day he attends Mangalarti. Never ever misses a Mangalarti. Sometimes you can see Maharaj used to stay very far away from temple. So before conch blows, he will make sure that he will reach us there. He will reach the temple. Sometimes he used to just run so fast just to be on time. Just before the conch blows, he used to come and stay in front of the altar. That was his consciousness. He never misses. Even though he is very sick, he cannot even take bath. He stays outside of temple hall, just takes darshan, completes the Mangalarti, and then he goes to the room. Even in such a situation, whatever may be the situation, he never misses Mangalarti, never misses chanting. So this inspiration we can take from him also. And then his prasadam habit. You may have seen him. Maybe I don't know how many of you have seen him. His prasadam is very, very, very simple. Morning, some fruits and little buttermilk. Just one variety of fruit, not 5-6 varieties of fruits. Just one variety of fruit, only this much, handful of fruits and little buttermilk. That's it in the morning. And then at 11 o'clock, he takes little bit of, he was taking before, I don't know now what is his schedule, but for many years he was following this schedule. He was following this diet, just taking little bit of vegetable soup, 11 o'clock. And then at 1 o'clock, exactly, he takes prasadam. So 1 o'clock, what prasadam? Ragi dosa, 2 chapatis, ragi chapati, 2 chapati, only 2, not more than that, only 2. 1 variety of sabji and little dal, 1 sweet, that's it. You can make 10 varieties of sabjis and you bring it before Maharaj. Maharaj will say, okay, now you choose 1 variety of sabji. Even Maharaj never chooses what sabji he wants to eat. No, he will just tell his servant, you choose, take any 1 sabji and serve me. Only 1 sabji. You should not take two, 3 sabjis. Only 1 sabji. Devotees will be coming and they want to cook for Maharaj so many varieties. But Maharaj will never eat. Maharaj will say, okay, give it to other devotees. Let other devotees eat. But for Maharaj, he just eats 1 variety of sabji, and whatever it may be, 2 chapatis. How tasty it may be, doesn't matter. 2 chapatis, little sabji, little dal, little sweet. Bas. This is afternoon. And then night, evening, nothing. Night time, before going to sleep, he just takes little milk and goes to sleep. That's it. 8:30, he goes to sleep. 8:30 to 9 o'clock, maximum 9 o'clock. Before that, he goes to sleep. Like that. So if there is no prasadam at 1 o'clock, if you come little late, like 1:15, 1:10 even, then he simply rejects prasadam. He says, okay, I will not take prasadam today. Krishna did not give me prasadam, so I won't take prasadam today. That's it. Then he stays whole, then he fasts on the whole day, then he takes only next day. So devotees were very, very cautious. And also sometimes when he comes to some temple, he used to go to the kitchen and see how kitchen they are. If kitchen is not clean, then he will say, I will simply fast. I will not take prasadam. So he will personally come to the kitchen. He will wash all the pots. It has happened so many times in so many temples. Whenever he goes to visits temple, he sees cleanliness. Immediately he speaks about cleanliness. Especially once he went to Tirupati, this Revati Raman Prabhu said, he went to Tirupati and then many devotees were welcoming him. So Maharaj, he just got down from the car. He walked immediately so fast. Nobody knows where Maharaj is walking so fast. So Maharaj walked so fast and then he went near Prabhupada Mandapa and then he lifted that cloth on the table. They spread the cloth, no? So he lifted the cloth and he said, "You see how much dirty this cloth is." And then he paid obeisance. Nobody told him, he has not seen that also, but he can see where the tamas is. Once Maharaj came to some brahmachara ashram, and then brahmacharis, when Maharaj comes, we know he wants his cleanliness. So they were cleaning so fast and then they were putting everything in the cupboard and they were trying to lock everything in the cupboard, all the mess. So Maharaj came and then he said, "I have mystic eyes. I can see what others cannot see. I can see everything." So devotees were surprised and they were thinking, "Oh, Maharaj is seeing Krishna, Maharaj is seeing Prabhupada, Maharaj is seeing demigods." Then Maharaj came and then he opened that cupboard and then all the mess fell down. Maharaj said, "I can see tamas everywhere. So this I can see, which people cannot see." So in this way, Maharaj is very particular about cleanliness. If he goes to any temple, the temple management, they know when Maharaj is coming, temple has to be clean like mirror. If temple is not clean, Maharaj will simply fast. If Maharaj is fasting, then what more offense that we can do for a pure Vaishnava? So devotees, they will make sure they keep the temple very clean. Not only just temple, altar, kitchen, pot, surroundings, everything should be clean. Otherwise, Maharaj personally, he will go start cleaning those things. And then he takes prasadam with devotees. When devotees are there, he doesn't go and sit in the room, eats alone, or he has big feast. No, he sits with the devotees like normal, brahmachari, and then he eats very simple prasadam, and then he distributes to others also. When Maharaj is eating, doesn't talk, just concentrates on prasadam and then tastes each and every bit of prasadam. He can feel Krishna in the taste. And then when you see him, how he eats, how he honors, actually it's not eating, it is honoring prasadam. How he honors, then we can understand the quality of a Vaishnavism, what he has, the quality of a Vaishnava. So just by eating, just by observing his eating, we can understand so much. So in this way, Maharaj's things are there, Maharaj's qualities. And then once Maharaj was going for a big Pandal program, in Gujarat, they have programs in the night time, late night, like 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, when all the business people, they come after their business. So program starts at 11 o'clock. So Maharaj came for that program. And then the Bhagavata Saptaha, it was Bhagavata Saptaha program. So one devotee was speaking Bhagavata Saptaha. They have invited Maharaj also to speak something. It was a huge Pandal program. Many devotees, many people, they came, they gathered to hear. So when Guru Maharaj came, this person who was giving Bhagavata Saptaha, he was sitting on the top. He has a big Vyasasana, he was sitting there. So Maharaj Vyasasana was very down. So he was from upstairs. He was like welcoming Maharaj from upstairs. He didn't come down. He didn't show any respect. He was from the upstairs. He was saying, "Maharaj, come." Maharaj came and then he showed a Vyasasana, which is very below to him, and he said, "Sit here and give class." Maharaj was very upset. He said, "This is not the Vaishnava etiquette. You should not behave like this. He should come down. I can sit here, but he should not sit up. This is not the Vaishnava etiquette." So I have to go and tell him, "Prabhuji, please come down. Otherwise, Maharaj won't talk." So people, they don't know. And when he came down, then Maharaj started speaking. So Maharaj started immediately talking, "Nayam deha deho bhajan pitloke kashtan kaman harhade vidbujangre Tapodivyam putraka yena shuddhena sattvad tasmad brahma saukyam tarantam. This shloka he started speaking. See, Bhagavatam means not just Krishna Leela. Bhagavatam means understanding the human life is not meant for sense gratification like hogs and dogs. Human life is meant for tapasya. And this tapasya can be learned from Yedo Pada Prajobhishekam, by serving a pure devotee. So in this way, he was speaking very strongly to the crowd, and people they were actually appreciating. So in this way, Maharaj was very particular, very strict. We can say in ISKCON, everyone knows. Bhakti Vikas Swami means very strict. Very strict in the sense he wants to just follow Srila Prabhupada, and people they understand it as a very strict. It is not strict actually. It is common. It is actual ISKCON. It is actually Prabhupada's principle. So we are supposed to be following Srila Prabhupada's principle. So this is not strict. If someone comes, if some teacher is taking everyday attendance and then he's trying to teach students properly, then we don't tell him as a very strict teacher, because that is what teacher means. Teacher means he should be strict and he should be correcting and he should be helping the students to come up with knowledge. Similarly, that's what Maharaj is also trying to do. He keeps himself very strict, and also he makes sure that everyone follows Srila Prabhupada's principle also very strictly. Sometimes you can say after lecture or before lecture, they will say Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Then Maharaj will say Hari, Hari, Hari. Because you told me to say Hari Bol, you told me Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Say Hari, say Hari. So he just said Hari, Hari, Hari. So this is not proper etiquette to say Hari Bol to senior devotees. We should not say Hari Bol, Hare Krishna. So in this way, Maharaj was particular, and then wherever he goes, he doesn't see whether they are big or whether they are going to appreciate me or not, whether they are going to call me for next lecture or not, doesn't matter. We are here to represent Srila Prabhupada. So let us represent Srila Prabhupada properly, making actual philosophy. So this is the actual duty of a sannyasi. So Maharaj used to say, it is not that whatever Guru says is true. That is a common notation. Whatever Guru says, it is true. No, because he is speaking the truth, that's why he is called Guru. That is the other way around. Why we consider someone as a Guru? Not just because he has a big follower, not just because he is very famous, not just because he has a big temple. No, he is very powerful. No, he has very much influence. No, we just accept someone as a Guru because he is representing Parampara. He is just giving us the same knowledge of Shastra because he is speaking the truth. That's why he is called Guru. It's not that whatever Guru says it is truth. He is supposed to be talking from philosophy, from Srila Prabhupada books, from Shastra. So this is very particular for Guru Maharaj. Maharaj is very particular in protecting Srila Prabhupada's philosophy. When there is some deviation, he immediately goes and talks to the senior members and GBCs, whatever. He tries to correct the situation, and he tries to bring the philosophy back to the line. So in this way, many devotees they criticize him also. Many temples they don't allow him to come and talk because he's speaking so strongly, so openly. So many temples they ban him also. But Maharaj doesn't consider all this thing. We are here to speak the truth, so let us speak the truth. If Krishna is pleased, then that is enough. So we have to just please Krishna, not people. We are not here to entertain people. We are not the jokers here. We are not the dancer. We are not the performers here. Okay, we have this many people, and if you start praising them, if we start glorifying them, if we start just making some jokes and stories and try to entertain them, then they will appreciate you and they will call you back again and again. But what is the use? What is the use of just appreciate for entertaining them? Because we are not the entertainers. We are not there for Manoranjita. We are here to glorify Hari. This is the mood of Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur and Srila Prabhupada. So when we are coming in the parampara, we should be representing them. For a lion, the lion cub will take birth, not some rat or some cat. So in a similar way, if we are following Srila Prabhupada, then we should represent Srila Prabhupada only. So we should not compromise. At the same time, we should not be arrogant also. We should not be fault finding also. We should understand and we should deal in a very Vaishnava way. We should not just start criticizing everyone and behaving arrogantly with everyone and showing so much pride that I am great. No, we should appreciate whenever that is necessary, and we should speak the truth in a very pleasing way, but we should speak the truth. So this Maharaj's mood. This I have seen Maharaj, in many places. He wants to establish his truth, and for this, even though his names get spoiled, and he doesn't care. But everyone respects Guru Maharaj. Even those who are Ritviks, those who are Mayavadis, those who are against sometimes ISKCON, even they are afraid of Guru Maharaj's behavior because of his principles, because of his character, because of his strictness. So everyone is aware of him, and then nobody talks anything bad about Guru Maharaj also. So in this way, Maharaj's quality that we can see. I have so many leelas related to Guru Maharaj, and one I can tell you. I was with Maharaj in Juhu temple. So I was serving Guru Maharaj, and Maharaj stays near temple. I was staying very far away from the temple, like half a kilometer from the temple, in a room. So I just served Maharaj lunch prasadam, and then I went back to my room. It was very tiresome day. I was taking rest, and one devotee came and he said, "Hey, Guru Maharaj is calling, come." I just served now Guru Maharaj, and why Maharaj is calling now, I don't know. So I ran, thinking Maharaj wants something, or he wants to discuss something important. So Maharaj is calling me. So in this way, I was thinking, I was having so much imagination. Maharaj is going to tell something important. Like that, I was rushing towards the room. So Maharaj, I paid obeisance. I was standing before Maharaj. Maharaj said, "This chair supposed to be there. Why it is here?" So I took the chair from here. I kept it there. Just from here to there. Then Maharaj said, "Okay, you can go now." I was like wonderstruck. What? Just to keep this chair from here to here, I have to come all the way? Then I could understand Maharaj is trying to test our humbleness, our attitude, service attitude. Immediately we should not think, okay, everyone can do this. He can just ask someone to take this chair from here to there. He can simply do that. But why he has to call me all the way from the room? Someone may think like that, but actually Maharaj, he considers us as a servant, as a disciple. So he tries to correct us. He tries to make us humble. He tries to give us this service attitude and this patience. So I just kept the table and then came back. So in this way, Maharaj was testing so many times about our patience, our humbleness, our service attitude. And then once Maharaj called me when I was in Bangalore. Maharaj said, "Okay, Vamshidhari, I'm planning to give you second initiation. How do you think about that?" So I was saying, "Maharaj, if you are going to give, then I'm very happy." Yeah, okay, Maharaj. So in 2010, he gave me second initiation. So that was from Maharaj's side only. So when Maharaj gave this second initiation, I was still serving Guru Maharaj, and so many leelas. Whenever Maharaj goes to some big Pandal program, some Rath Yatra, Maharaj used to tell, "Okay, Vamshidhar, you sing Kirtan." So in this way, he was engaging me in so many services also, because he knows that I like Kirtan very much. So he was engaging me in Kirtan. So Maharaj was going to Russia at that time. So that time Maharaj called me and he said, "Okay, now you have served me enough. Now you go to Govardhan and study under Gopi Pradhana Prabhu." I was crying. I said, "Maharaj, I don't want to go anywhere. I want to stay with you. I want to serve you." Maharaj said, "No. You had enough time. 6 months I have given you. You had a very good chance. You served me. Now your desire is fulfilled. Now you should go and study. Study nicely, get well versed, and then give this knowledge to others." So in this way, he blessed me. So I went there. I could study something and then came back. And then so many things happened in the meantime. So that was Maharaj's vision, that I should study Shastra and try to preach also. So I came to Madurai for my higher studies, and I stayed back. And then Maharaj told, "Okay, you stay here and serve Balram Prabhu. He's a very good devotee. So you serve him and then try to assist him in his preaching service." So in this way, I stayed back, and then started preaching, and I used to update to Guru Maharaj whatever I'm doing. So when I started doing this Bhagavata Pravaha, I was inviting Guru Maharaj also, this summary study of Bhagavatam. So Maharaj came and he appreciated our endeavor and he blessed also. So in this way, we are just continuing our service. This year I couldn't go for this Vyasa Puja. Somehow or other, recently I had a very long traveling schedule, so I couldn't go. Maharaj will come to Srirangam in January. He has Shravan Kirtan camp. So during that camp, we will go and attend. I have many more things to share, many more leelas and very beautiful qualities of Guru Maharaj. But it's already 6 o'clock, so already we had 1 hour time. So one thing I can say is that Maharaj is very particular about Srila Prabhupada's mood and mission, cleanliness, sadhana, and also very strict brahmacharya. And also, even if you are a grahastha, you should be a very strict grahastha, not just, okay, you are a grahastha, now you can do whatever you want. No, very strict grahastha, following all the rules and regulations of Srila Prabhupada, especially Varnashrama Dharma, staying in farm community, developing farm community, living a very simple life. Maharaj himself lives a very simple life. He doesn't have mobile phone. He doesn't have mobile phone at all. He's preaching worldwide. He doesn't use mobile phone. He has just only one laptop. And Maharaj was saying this once. You see, keep your life very simple. Then you can do your bhakti very simple. Then bhakti becomes very simple. You see me, Maharaj was saying, you see myself, what I'm having. I'm just having only one laptop. This is for my book service. If I don't have this book service, I'll be very happy to throw this laptop in the window and just simply start chanting. So keep your life very simple. Don't keep it very complicated. Don't acquire so many things which is not necessary for your life. In this way, you can have a very blissful devotion. So for outside people, he may look very strict, very strong, but inside he's very soft and very beautiful, very loving, very affectionate, very respectful also. He addresses everyone very respectfully. Even he says Vamshidhari Prabhu. He never says, hey Vamshidhari. No, Vamshidhari Prabhu. Everyone he calls as Prabhu, Prabhu, Prabhu. So in this way, he's a very ideal sannyasi, very ideal guru, and we are very fortunate to get his association. And just we are useless servant, but we are trying our best to serve in this way. By seeing us, we can judge our guru. By seeing a disciple, we can judge a guru. By seeing a fruit, we can judge a tree. In the similar way, when you see a devotee, actually the glory goes to guru only. So Maharaj once he said in Vyasa Puja time, guru should be like a fire, guru should be like a what is it, that like a grass. Why fire? Because what fire does, whatever you offer in the fire, it brings and he gives to the demigods. That's why it's called Agni. Agni means Agre Nayati iti Agnihi. That which takes offering and gives to the Indraya Swaha. He takes the offering and gives to Indra. So in the similar way, Guru, he accepts all the offerings, all the glorification from a disciple, and then he offers it to his Guru. Otherwise, Guru doesn't accept the glorification. Guru doesn't need glorification. Who accepts glorification? Only Hiranyakashipu, Ravana, they want to hear their glorification. Guru doesn't want to hear their glorification. They feel so humble to hear their glorification. But still they accept this glorification. Why? As a service. They accept this and they offer this glorification to his Guru, to Srila Prabhupada. And also, we should be transparent like grass. We should not be resisting the glorification. If you are resisting, then if there is a bamboo, when there is so much wave is coming, if the bamboo is so stiff, it breaks down. But you can see the grass, it is so flexible, so it doesn't break. Even when there is a big hurricane or cyclone or flood, grass doesn't break. In the similar way, we should be flexible. We should not be a block between devotees and parampara or Krishna. We should accept thinking it is Krishna's. It is for glorifying Krishna. It is for glorifying my Guru Maharaj. In the similar way, Guru Maharaj used to say this in his Vyasa Puja classes. So here in Vyasa Puja time, I accept all your glorification, thinking this glorification doesn't actually meant for me. It is meant for my Guru Maharaj. So I accept all your glorification and I offer this to Srila Prabhupada. In this way, so we're also trying to speak some of the glorious qualities of our Guru Maharaj, and many more leelas are there. But I will end here. If you have anything more to add, you can tell now.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Thank you very much, Prabhu. Very nice, Prabhu. Because we are here about glorifying our Guru Maharaj. So I invite this Guna Avatar Prabhu. He's a disciple of Maharaj. So Guna Avatar Prabhu, I want to say something about Maharaj Prabhu.
Gunavatar Prabhu from Europe.
Hare Krishna. Guna Avatar Prabhu. Okay.
Gunavatar from Europe.
Guna Avatar Prabhu from Malaysia, Prabhu.
Malaysia.
Malaysia. Recently initiated by Maharaj in Singapore. That time Sham Murari Prabhu is Sham Murari Prabhu. I think now he was in India, Prabhu. I think he is located at Kumbakonam, something like that, Prabhu. I forgot, Prabhu, the place.
Okay. Gunavatar, I know one from Europe.
Guna Avatar and then Suratama, they all attached it as Konskudai, but he's a Maharaj disciple.
Okay, I have to unmute Gunavatar Prabhu. Yes, I have unmuted Prabhu.
Okay.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Dandavad Pranam, Prabhu. Vamsidhari, Prabhu. Sumananda, Prabhu.
Pranam, Prabhu.
Okay, Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Just now I couldn't voice because unmuted. Not allowed the participant to chat.
Okay, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Sorry.
Okay.
Vamsidhari, Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Hello. Hare Krishna. Can you hear?
Can Prabhu, Hare Krishna.
Yes, Prabhu. Very nice lectures, Prabhu, about the glorification of Guru Maharaj. This is my first time I'm hearing about some extent of Maharaj dealing with disciple and at the service. Very rare. Sometimes my Maharaj class, very often I'm here. But this time personally, since you have personal touch with Maharaj very often, this is really inspiring to get to know more about Maharaj. Really get some knowledge about Maharaj's strictness. Although I don't have a personal, service directly so far. Thank you so much, Prabhu, about your time on glorification of Guru Maharaj. Hope to hear more in upcoming times. That's the thing, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Prabhu.
Yes, Prabhu.
Prabhu, Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Prabhu, I want to have one question, Prabhu. Is Maharaj originally from England or Russian, Prabhu?
England.
England, Prabhu. Okay, okay. Like Maharaj look like a Russian, Prabhu. Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Maharaj travels to Russia. Maharaj has many disciples in Russia also.
Oh, Haribol, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Maharaj can talk in Hindi, Bengali, English, of course, and then some Gujarati. Gujarati he can talk. Maybe
How about Tamil, Prabhu?
Maharaj learned about, I think, Indonesian language also he learned. And then one more language he said. Philippines? Yeah, Philippines, something. He knows that language also. He was preaching there.
How about Tamil language, Prabhu?
Tamil.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Saradi Mataji, you want to say something, Mataji? Saradi Mataji, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Saradi Mataji.
அன்மியூட் பண்ணல, அன்மியூட் பண்ணியாச்சு.
Mataji, unmute ready, Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Okay, Prabhu. Yeah, very beautiful glorification by Vamsi dari Prabhu just now. I'm very happy to hearing about His Holiness Bhaktivika Swami Maharaj. So I'm very, very happy to hearing about how to lead our movement. So actually, personally, we don't have experience personal serving Maharaj, but we sometimes see the Maharaj lecture sometimes. So that's all, Prabhu. So I'm very happy. Thank you so much, Prabhu. So thank you so much for giving us more enlightenment about Maharaj.
Okay, Mataji. Thank you very much, Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Hari Bol, dan Wat Pranam, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. Mahabhakti Mataji. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Mahabhakti Mataji.
Mahabhakti Mataji is, who is that? Girl?
Mahabhakti Mataji. She is unmute, Prabhu.
Okay, I'm unmuting. Yeah. Unmute yourself.
Okay, Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
எப்படி இருக்கீங்க பிரபு? நல்லா இருக்கீங்களா பிரபு?
நல்லா இருக்கவா?
பிரபு மகாராஜ் பத்தி நான் கேள்விப்பட்டிருக்கேன். ஆனா நான் அவரை ஒரே ஒரு முறை தான் பார்த்திருக்கேன். சோ அவர் வீடியோல தான் பல முறை பார்த்திருக்கேன். அவர் ரொம்ப ஆக்டிவா குளிச்சு டான்ஸ் எல்லாம் ஆடுவாரு. ஹரே கிருஷ்ணா பாட்டு எல்லாம் பாடிட்டு சந்தோஷமா இருப்பாரு. எப்ப பார்த்தாலும் அவரு ஒரு ஹாப்பியான மூட்ல தான் அவரை பார்க்கலாம். அவர் கொஞ்சம் சோர்வா இருக்கிறமே நான் பார்த்தது இல்ல வீடியோல கூட ஆன் பண்ணி பாக்குறப்போ. சோ வாய்ப்பு கிடைச்சா கண்டிப்பா மகாராஜோட நேரடி தரிசனம் எடுக்கணும் பிரபு. நானும் வெயிட் பண்ணிட்டு இருக்கேன். கண்டிப்பா அவர் மலேசியா வருவாரு. அவரோட தரிசனம் எடுக்கணும்னு சொல்லிட்டு நம்ம வெயிட் பண்ணிட்டு இருக்கோம். சோ அவரோட வியாசா பூஜை கூட மறுபடியும் நம்ம டெம்பிள்ல செய்யறதா ஒரு பிளான் பண்ணிருக்கோம். ஆனா கண்டிப்பா செய்வோம். சோ இந்த வருஷம் நம்ம அவரு இங்க இல்ல, ஆனா அடுத்த வருஷம் கண்டிப்பா நேரடி தரிசனம் கொடுப்பாருன்னு வெயிட் பண்ணிட்டு இருக்கோம் பிரபு அவருக்காக.
கண்டிப்பா.
ஹரே கிருஷ்ணா.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Thank you very much, Prabhu. So நீங்க டைம் எடுத்து நம்மளுக்காக சர்மா பரான குரு மாஸ்டரை glorifying பண்ணீங்க. So thank you very much, Prabhu.
டைம் கொடுத்திருக்கீங்க. ரொம்ப சந்தோஷம் மகாராஜ் பத்தி பேசுறதுக்கு.
Because ISKCON Skura always welcome you, Prabhu. So thank you very much. So thank you very much, Prabhu. Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna. Swami Guru Maharaj ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Hare Krishna.